No way the NBA let this happen, because RJ Barrett getting traded to the Toronto Raptors was an absolute heist. Gradey Dick falling to number 13 to us last year's NBA draft is a steal. And Ochai Agbaji, the way he's developing, makes a lot of people feel really stupid for giving up on him early in his career. And all these guys showed out on a big night for the Toronto Raptors. Vince Carter's jersey retirement, Drake saying a bunch of out-of-pocket stuff out there on the commentary. There are so many storylines to dive into in this one. I am just amped up. I am electrified right now as a Raptors fan. I am juiced. I am hyped. So we're just going to dive into it. Before that, I want to thank everyone that's been hitting the subscribe button. Again, the graph shows 67% is out there still not subscribed, but we're getting a ton subscribing, a ton of people liking the vid. So I just genuinely really appreciate all the support we've been getting on the videos lately. And frankly, all the support the Raptors have been giving us Toronto Raptors fans, whether it's a win or loss. All these games have just been exciting. There's so much more energy. There's so much more to root for this team than what we were watching. The slop we were watching out there in February and March and April last year. I am just enamored with this Raptors team because every night they're bringing their oil, they're bringing the effort, they're bringing the intensity, and we just got a massive win over the Sacramento Kings, who are a very, very good team out there in the Western Conference. I've been doing some coverage of the Kings as well, so I've been following them very closely. That's a team that is very good this season. So this is a big win for Toronto. This is not some, mid-tier Western Conference squad. The Kings, they came out and they gave us a very tough punch out there in this game, and I want to dive into it. Basically, we're talking game first before we talk Vince and Drake and all that drama, but basically, RJ Barrett's the first guy that we have to talk about, because, again, RJ Barrett was a throw-in in that trade last season. A guy that, people were screaming out, why did Masai Ujiri take on that contract? Not really Raptors fans. Most Raptors fans are pretty excited about that deal. But basically, a lot of people were saying, hey, RJ Barrett, it's a big contract. Hasn't really panned out great with the Knicks. IQ was the centerpiece of that deal. RJ was just a salary filler throw-in. That might be a negative asset. Negative asset is, it ended up being a very silly comment from whatever NBA analysts, whatever NBA commentators were saying that type of stuff, because Gradey Dick, I'm talking too much Gradey so much over the past few videos. RJ Barrett is looking like a genuine star. Not yet superstar, but on that path, given his age, given his youth, RJ Barrett is showing those flashes of being, he's already playing at all-star level right now to start off the season, but he is showing those flashes, those mentality of being, one of those upper tier stars out there in the NBA. And we'll take a look at the stats in tonight's game, because RJ Barrett once again broke 30 points, had 31 points in tonight's game, had 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Sure, it wasn't crazy efficient. Sure, he missed a couple of timely free throws, but the thing about star players, the thing about these top dogs, the guys that you have out there, and DeMar DeRozan was that for the Kings tonight, right? When you need a bucket, when you need a moment, when you need your star player to step up and do something for your team, it happens. They do it. When it's crucial, timely moments, they not only have the confidence, to be able to take a step up, because we've had guys like that. Pascal developed the confidence as went on. It was hit or miss in terms of whether or not it was a timely bucket or whatnot. Fred VanVleet had the confidence the entire time. Usually it wouldn't pan out that well at the end of games, as much as I'm a big Fred VanVleet fan. But Kyle Lowry, again, the talent is whatever. The confidence, and he just hit the most timely shots of this Raptors team. RJ Barrett tonight, whenever the Kings made a punch, and the Kings were doing really well. I mean, I want to give a shout out to the Kings, man. Like, I've fallen in love with this team, kind of watching them play a ton. But like, DeMar DeRozan at 33, De'Aaron Fox is 24 points. Like, they're a good squad. They were making some runs. De'Aaron Fox had a brutal 3-point shooting game, but they were making some pushes. Like, the Kings did not roll over and die. Domantas Sabonis had a good one, but RJ Barrett shut everything down. Him and Gradey Dick were just, whenever it was desperately needed, whenever the Raptors, things would just fall apart, as they usually do with young teams, right? And during the Denver Nuggets game, right? That's sort of a moment where you want to see these guys step up. Tonight, we saw Gradey Dick, we saw RJ Barrett just hit the most timely kind of buckets when needed, when those possessions were needed, whether it was a score or whether it was just a gorgeous pass. RJ Barrett's thrown these one-handed cross-court passes in these games, had a gorgeous no-look, and Keon Ellis was trying to pick those passing lanes, and then RJ Barrett just essentially came out, looked the other way, threw it right to the middle for Chris Boucher, and I just want to show love. I want to show love to RJ Barrett. I want to show love to Gradey Dick. RJ Barrett, 31 points. Gradey Dick, 22 points in tonight's game. It felt like he was having an off shooting night, but during the clutch, during the stretch, when this game mattered, Gradey Dick was there to seal the deal. Gradey Dick came out and did his thing. Like, the fact that we have Gradey Dick, RJ Barrett out here on the wings as pillars of this young developing squad, and like, we're not even playing with Scottie Barnes and IQ right now. This is a team that people thought were garbage, even with Scottie Barnes and IQ, right? No, without those two guys, we are beating an upper echelon team in the Western Conference. Give these men their flowers. Gradey Dick, RJ Barrett, they have stepped up in a big way, and that's a testament to all the work, all the effort that they're putting in the offseason, strength, and even on the defensive end. Like, again, RJ Barrett was accused of being a bad defender for the Knicks. That definitely hasn't been the case. He went toe-to-toe. Some absolutely egregiously bad foul calls as well. But that we can't complain about that for DeMar DeRozan. We got the benefit of that for years at this point. So not going to complain, but some brutal foul calls, especially on the bigs on this team, RJ Barrett and these guys. But I mean, Gradey Dick and RJ Barrett, both of these players, came out, hustled on the defensive end, and I thought just did a really good job doing their best to stay in front of these guys. Because as good and as timely and as, strong as DeMar DeRozan played in terms of the numbers, right? Like, 12 of 27 and then 8 of 22, that's a testament to the defense that was played. They hit some tough shots, some timely shots, went on some runs, but, like, that's a testament to defense that was played. And that's the biggest concern right now for the Raptors team. The defense has, fallen in spurts, so positive stuff there. But we have so many things to talk about in this video. I'm 6 minutes in, so many storylines in this game. Jakob Poeltl had a big night again, 34 minutes, dealt with foul trouble, but did well out there in the paint guarding. Agbaji is the guy that I really want to sink my teeth into in terms of this guy, in terms of fans writing him off after an ugly jump shot at the end of last season, a bad summer league, for this team. He put in a ton of work over the course of the summer, and we knew the defensive potential was definitely there. But the offense, like, again, the three-point shot is what it is. And tonight, he looked really good from out there behind the three-point line, right? We could take a look at it, 4 or 5 from the three-point line. Didn't even know the stats was that good. Holy smokes. 22 points for Agbaji, 2 steals, 1 block. Amazing defense. Did all that type of stuff, right? And the jump shot is one thing, right? We knew this is something that he had to develop to really step his game up, become that next-level guy. But the touch around the rim, 9 of 12 from the field from Agbaji. He is taking some tough takes. Whether it's Gradey Dick throwing him some crazy lobs out there, in traffic. I don't know who was underneath him, but Agbaji, might even De'Aaron Fox, just caught it, ripped it out of the defender's hands, and still slammed it home. His touch around the basket, he is getting to his spots, using his athleticism, and getting exactly that 45 out there at the finishing lane, and then finishing at the hoop in transition, in the paint, when there's defenders around, whatever the heck it is. Agbaji's touch on the rim, he looks like a totally different basketball player right now. A totally different basketball player on the offensive end to where he was last season. So that's the testament. Again, putting in work. It's not going to be perfect every night, but man, the difference in terms of the confidence we're seeing from RJ had the confidence after the trade last season, but definitely Gradey Dick, Agbaji finishing around the basket. It is just on another level. And like, those three guys were the real, major keys for this Raptors team out here, right? In terms of everyone else, like Davion Mitchell, right? Looked a little bit motivated playing against his former team. Had a bad charge called on by the referees. It's almost a turning point, but definitely not the greatest Davion Mitchell game by any stretch of the imagination. But still had 7 assists. Had 5 steals, was energized, had 5 turnovers on top of it, and they were pretty ugly turnovers at points. Almost lost the game with the possession, in the half court. They threw it back to him, your point guard, and then got doubled, kind of rushed it, dribbled off his foot, and thankfully RJ Barrett saved it. But again, the other guy actually, I'm forgetting storylines. Just watch this. Chris Boucher was ridiculous, especially in that second quarter sort of area. He was hitting just 3 after 3 after 3. His mid-range jump shot, it feels like the past 4 games we've seen Chris Boucher just hit one of the wildest looking middies, dribble pull middies in terms of form, in terms of release and stuff. But they are going in for Chris Boucher right now with that extremely high release. He had 24 points in this game, 5 rebounds, and it's nice to see him see the 3-ball go in, because his 3-point shot, we know Chris Boucher is a good 3-point shooter, but again, it hasn't been going down at a high level yet. Over the course of the season. So he knocked down some threes. Jamison Battle proving why he got that contract, why he's deserving of that contract, because again, he was knocking down some threes. The fourth quarter, they didn't really go down, but had 9 points, had 3 assists, made some good passes. Jamison Battle played really, really well tonight, especially in his first sort of shift out there on this Raptors team. But again, Jamal Shed, neither of the point guards played particularly well right now, but Jamal Shed still had 6 assists. I mean, you look at this as a bad game for Jamal Shed, and he still had 6 assists in this game. So, that's still a positive to take away. And then Jakob Poeltl, again, He's getting into form. I'm not worried about Jakob Poeltl. I like the confidence that he's playing with. I think he's going to be very, very good and surprise a lot of people once he gets comfortable. I like that Darko Rajaković is still giving him his run, giving him his rotation, giving him his minutes. So lots of positive stuff there, lots of great stuff there at this point. But I want to talk about more stuff in this game, in this storyline, because again, tonight was a big night with what's it called? Let's get the right image up here. Vince Carter having a very emotional jersey retirement ceremony, and I've been pretty outspoken about. Again, I'm cool with Vince Carter getting his jersey retirement. He's been forgiven and stuff. I really wanted Kyle Lowry to get his jersey up first, but he got the blessing from Kyle Lowry. He got the blessing from DeMar DeRozan. He got the blessing from all these guys, and it was just a really cool night. It was a really cool night, and I've acknowledged my bias. I've been roasted, and I've accepted that sort of narrative as the fact that I never watched Vince Carter growing up. I was too young. I literally was like 2 years old when Vince Carter left. 3 years old. Like my first. I realized that Vince Carter did the dunk contest for us. I was a Raptors fan for years. He was a proper kid till like watching the team for like 3-4 years in my cognitive brain. Like I didn't get to witness the highs of Vince Carter, so I acknowledge that. So I'm biased. I'm definitely, my opinion's just wrong. It's just invalid. But I don't know. It was a really cool moment. Even someone that never got to witness the highs of Vince would be on highlights and stuff. It was a really cool moment. This is a really cool moment for Vince out there. Having everyone there, had a passionate speech. Masai Ujiri was fired up out there in this game. So shout out to Vince Carter. I've always been cool with Vince getting his jersey retired. I always want Lowry to be the first one, but I don't know. Lowry made a little joke. That's cool that you're the first jersey to go up and stuff like that. So DeMar, there was alluded to him getting his jersey retired, and so that stuff is all great. And then also, we gotta talk about it, folks. We gotta bring this up. We have to. It has to be addressed. As Drake was on the broadcast and said, if you ever put up a DeRozan banner, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. Obviously, if you're not familiar, obviously DeMar and Drake had a great relationship when he was with Toronto. They were on the cover of Slam magazine. All those shout outs, all that type of stuff, and then basically, apparently there was beef before this, and then DeMar DeRozan went on a Kendrick Lamar music video, They Not Like Us video, and then that was a diss track at Drake. Lots of beef out there, but the fact that this got aired on TSN Sports or whatever the heck this game was on, TSN because Jack Armstrong was announcing, but the fact that this was on there is pretty insane. It's pretty wild. That what's it called? He called DeMar DeRozan a goof. He was calling that other singer, I think Brent Faiyaz, or I'm butchering pronunciations right now, but he was calling out people in the stadium looking cute. Roasting DeMar, just again, I'm here for it. I love it. I don't care. I'm not one of these execs that has to worry about branded stuff in terms of broadcasting the basketball games. I'm here for the memes. I'm here for the jokes and stuff. So put Drake on more often, just for the memes, just the jokes. But oh my god, that was crazy. I still rock with DeMar DeRozan. I still like Drake. I know some people hate Drake, some people love him. DeMar DeRozan I'll always support and cheer for and think he should have his jersey retired. And Drake pulls down a DeMar DeRozan jersey retirement, then that's just crazy. But I don't know. It's it was a fun night. This was just absolutely fun to watch as a Toronto Raptors fan. But let me know what you guys think about this Raptors team. I mean, I'm shocked at how good RJ Barrett has been for this squad. I'm amped up. I'm hyped. Anyways, I'm signing out.